Guys, welcome to today's Circle of Positivity. In today's video, I'm asking you a very important question. What is it that you are willing to do for that which you want? You know, these days I hear a lot of this noise that I call I want. We all have long lists. I want to do this and I want to do that. I want to travel. I want to make money. I want to start my own business. I want to become fit. I want to write a book. I want to make a film. I want to be an actress. I want to be, I don't know, a whole bunch of things. But at that point, that I want is also followed by a but XYZ is standing in my way. Now the XYZ can be a person, an external circumstance, or just simply a lack of belief in your own self. So today I want you to think about this. You say you want something, right? I want you to take the focus away from all the reasons why it cannot happen, or why you can't do it, or why you'll never get it. Just for about 30 seconds. Park all of that aside. What I want you to do is I want you to take what you want and I want you to answer this. What is it that you are willing to do? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to put in to achieve, to create, to receive that desire of yours? Give this a little thought. Things that we want may not come easily to us. Even easy and difficult, according to me, is just excuses that our mind builds to rationalize any kind of failure or any stumbling blocks that come in our way. Life was never meant to be easy or difficult. It was simply meant to be an interesting journey. And you know what else? Life only happens to the doers, not to those who sit around thinking why they cannot be doing something. Or not to those people who are only sitting and dreaming and making a list of wishful thinking, items on it. So think about what you want. Think about why you want it. If you can find that purpose, if you know what you will be fulfilling and why this is so important to you, then you will also be able to figure out what is it that you need to put in to make something happen. If you want to be an actress, you want to be a director, you want to be an author, you want to be an entrepreneur, my love, you can be any of those things and all of those things. Question is, what are you willing to do for it? This also brings me to a bit of a gray area when it comes to wanting something and being willing to put in all that we need to for it. A lot of times there will be a conflict of conscience, your integrity may be pushed around, your boundaries may be pushed around, you may feel unsafe, you may feel threatened, you may feel emotionally completely pulled down. At times like that, what really comes into play is values. What is your value system? And at what point are you willing to put a full stop? How important is it for you to achieve that desire of yours versus for you to protect the integrity and the sanctity of all your values? So a very common example, and I'm picking from gossip columns, I don't mean to point fingers at anyone or this doesn't mean anything, but picking from gossip columns, one of the things that happens in India is casting couch, right? You want a role, you want to become something in the film industry, you're going to have to sleep around. Now, this is where a very big question comes in. What are you willing to do to get what you want? There's no judgment on people who may have gone the casting couch route, and there's no judgment on people who did not go. The ones who make consistent effort, the ones who find their way around things will eventually get to where they want to get to. But there have been people who will also have to get up and say, you know what? I can only do so much. I'm not going beyond this. I will not cross this line. and that's great for you, and you must know that boundary. So when you are thinking about what all you are willing to do, what you are willing to sacrifice, what you are willing to give up, give this also a thought. There may be things that you will have to do which you may not like. There may be things that you will have to do which will be uncomfortable. There may be things that you will have to do which will cause pain to yourself and to others. If you are going to choose to do it consciously and know what you are getting into. Take responsibility for your choices. Say there is somebody who is in a bad marriage and she wants to get out of that marriage, and the worry is that she has 2 children. Now that person has to really think hard, that what am I willing to put in? What is important to me? I want freedom from this bad marriage, or I want to create a better life. What am I willing to put in? Does it mean going through the pain of a separation and a divorce? The fear of what the partner may do to prevent it. If it's an abusive spouse, then the fear of how to get away. The fear or the self-doubt or the moment to make a decision of how am I going to take care of my children that she will have to battle. Or thinking that, she'll have to work hours and then miss the time with her children and give up on their childhood. These are all things that person needs to think about. So, when you want something, what are you willing to do for it becomes important. And why is that desire so important for you to achieve becomes important. So think, give these things a thought. If you want to be an entrepreneur, are you willing to give up your weekends for the next 3 weeks to work on the business plan, to do the meetings that you need to do? Are you willing on the 4th weekend to put in your life savings or a part of your savings to start this business? Are you willing to work out of your home, on your dining table to make this business happen? What are you willing to do for it? So if you are sitting there and tom-tomming or going on chanting this thing of I want and I want but it's not happening, but this is what bothers me and that is what bothers me, can you see? It's noise. I hear myself and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Either you get up and do it or don't do it. And if you're not doing it, know why you're not doing it. Make peace with it. You don't have to sacrifice your values. You don't have to walk all over your integrity to achieve a desire. It's a choice you can make, but if you choose not to make it, that's also okay. And you need to understand that you are placing importance on your integrity and your values, and that's okay and that's good. So sometimes we want a lot of things, but that thing may not be appropriate for us. It may not suit my soul. And at some point I'm going to have to give up the desire and say, you know what? Not working for me. I thought this was for me, but it isn't. Let me move on. That becomes important. So today I want you to really sit down and think. Think about what you want and think about what you're willing to do for it. So try this. Take a paper and pen. Yes, that's how I work, and writing really helps me. So try it. Just take a paper and pen. Write what you want in one single crisp sentence. Remember, the sentence has to be affirmative. No nots, don't want, can't happen, none of that. I want ... Under it, make 2 columns. I want you to write why you think it cannot happen for you right now. I want you to write all the things that you think are standing in your way. Whether it's family, whether it's no time, whether it's no money, whether it's I can't do business because I'm bad with money, whatever your belief systems that make you believe that this cannot happen for you, make a list of it. Get it out of your system. Now, in the other column, I want you to write, what are you willing to do to get what you want? If your parents are standing in your way, are you willing to go against your parents? Yes or no? If your job is standing in your way, are you willing to give it up and give this 100%? Think about it. So think about what you are willing to give up, give in, put in, sacrifice, what efforts you're willing to make to get what you want. And once you have this in front of you, then decide, are we still chasing the dream, or do you think it's not for you and it's better to walk away? Whatever you decide, at least you will have clarity at the end of it. It's really time to stop thinking the I wants and get down to either doing it or walking away from it. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this video. Do watch some of the other videos. Thank you for being a part of my circle of positivity.